Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Will.
And this is So I'm Watching Andor, Season 2, Episode 3, Harvest.
R.I.P. Brasso.
I know, I'm bummed.
I'm pretty bummed about it, too. I think we're probably going to lose all of them, if I had to guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just like the end of Rogue One.
Yeah.
Where you like, but the movie's so good that you like get to a certain point and you, before you realize, you're like, oh, right, it's the suicide mission.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's
you want to start there then?
Yeah, might as well start on that planet.
Hey! Stop victimizing Bix!
For real.
What about that? That was horrific. Hellish and horrific and disgusting. And we've never seen anything like that in Star Wars before.
That's what I was going to say.
It was not necessary. I did not need that to be that brutal or aggressive or, I mean, good for her. She fucking killed him.
Yeah.
But like, Jesus Christ.
It was a little much for Star Wars. Even in my like adult Star Wars, I was cool living in this world where like rape isn't really.
Where like Princess Leia in the gold bikini is like the
peak.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
And it's not great either, but like that's more implication than anything.
Yeah, but it's like also
this was very like I'm gonna rape you. She used the word rape.
She did use the word rape. It just feels crazy.
Yeah,
in a Star Wars,
little much for
property.
I'm not one to be like woke. But
yeah, and it was very transactional where he was like, I won't tell anyone you're illegal if you
do something to me.
Yeah. I just don't want to get demonetized. I feel like we're not even a minute in yet. And I'm so mad.
Yeah, it was a little much.
And then when she was like, no.
Yeah.
It was just so like one of the most like aggressive, violent rape scenes I've seen in a minute. Like in anything. I don't like it. I didn't like it. She's also just already been so victimized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's still haunted by all the mental crap that Dr. Gorst did to her.
Yep.
And this is just not it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It was way more than was necessary, especially to Bix, who, like you said.
100%. So basically,
kind of whatever about it.
What's happening on that planet is that it's the harvest. Everyone's kind of working together. The guy who has been kind of helping Brasso and them tells them that he found like an emergency work order for the 800s so they can try to get away and go there.
Yep, so they have an excuse to be running.
Right, but it's not for the right date and all kinds of stuff. And then it turns out he's a traitor anyway. So while they're prepping to go, Brasso goes to find Willman, who's canoodling with his girlfriend. And he realizes he left his speeder out front of her house.
His little shop.
Yeah, so when Brasso gets there, he gets arrested, caught and arrested because the guy snitched, even though he was supposedly helping.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. And so there's a bunch of stormtroopers, and it's all timed really well for like right when Cassian gets back, because I forgot to mention that in the last episode, Clea was like insistent to Luthen that she go back to the gallery because she wasn't able to.
She needs her radios, man.
She needs her radios to get anything done. Otherwise, she's just like sitting on nothing for however long this wedding lasts, 3 days.
Yeah, it was like barely anything would get through to them, and certainly nothing would be getting out.
So she gets back, and so she speaks to Cassian at the beginning of this episode, and he's like, "This ship sucks. I don't know how to drive it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I need to get home."
Yeah.
And she basically was like, "You definitely can't go home. It's really busy, and you shouldn't call either because all the comms are down."
It was really funny because it was like in code sort of at first, and then he was like, "This ship is not what I was taught to pilot, dude." He was like, "Why can't I go home?"
It was really, it was really
funny. It was like very like Cassian was like, "Just speak plain English to me. This is like a very hidden frequency." I know that Clea's being like just
cautious. Understood.
She's smartly, but Cassian was like, "What the fuck?
What is actually happening?" So
this did not go how I wanted it to go.
So he goes back to the farming planet anyway, and he gets there basically like just in time to take out the transport that is going to the house where Bix just killed the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Willman was there as well, and Bix killed the partner of the rapist. And so he takes out the entire transport, and then from the TIE fighter in the sky, he like picks off the rest of the stormtroopers and the rest of the soldiers and stuff.
He buries a bunch under
the
grain,
silo,
which would crush you.
Yeah.
And suffocate you for sure.
For sure.
It was really funny the way that the lieutenant died, the rapist died. I'm sorry, like, trigger warning. They said the word rape in this, and now we're saying it.
I would say it even if they hadn't. That's absolutely what he was.
Yeah, he was a rapist, but she doesn't really kill him. She like brains him
twice,
a couple of good times, and he's like walking around and he trips and falls when he gets out the door and
hits
just
hits
his head on something
like a
metal
crate.
Yeah, just some kind of thing that just busted him up and he's dead.
Good.
Yeah, fuck him. And then she does shoot the other guy.
And then she shoots the other guy when he turns
distracted.
Yeah, by Willman. Very unfortunately, in trying to get away on his speeder, Brasso, what's the word I want to use?
He's just shot.
Oh, he was shot? I thought he crashed and fell weird.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, there was a burn mark on
there
on
was.
his back.
Okay.
Yep.
So yes, he
gets shot and then crashes. And we don't see that part of it, but Cassian finds him.
And his trail went off of the like set trails in the grain.
Well, he was already off the set. He was. Yep, yeah, he was already going through the grain to try to stay more hidden. So when they were shooting him, they couldn't. Okay. They had less to shoot at.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where it was.
So Cassian basically picks up Bix and Willman, and they're off out of that planet.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they can. Let's put Bix somewhere. Nice.
Yeah, I'm ready for her to either like be like a more of a part of the rebellion, or forgotten about by the
I don't need
script.
her to be forgotten about. I just need her to have like. Can we take her to Chandrila, or whatever they're saying it, and just like can Mon get her like a pretty dress and like one of those drinks with like the little wormy in it, and just like let her chill a fancy place? I
think Mon is close to being finished.
Yeah.
Like
as a fancy person.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm aware of that.
Not like she's going to be poor, like she's going to be found out and then she's going to have to commit to like the rebellion. Yeah, and she'll be, because of her experience as like a decision maker and leader in the Senate, she will be like a figurehead in the rebellion.
Of course. So the wedding has occurred. We're going to go there first because I think the other thing is funnier. So the wedding has occurred. I did really like the scene with Lita and Mon before the actual ceremony where she was like, my mother was drunk on my wedding. I'm going to tell you something that I wish that she'd said to me. Absolutely nothing in there matters. If you don't want to do this, we can leave immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter. And Lita's kind of a bitch because she was like, I wish you were drunk instead.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right.
Yeah.
Freaking creepy little girl acolyte to this dead religion.
Yeah.
Like not hugely followed religion. So anyway, it's pretty. It was like her dress was just as good as I knew it was going to be when it was on the mannequin in episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Mon Mothma wears, again, at least 2 dresses.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Just really good. The ceremony is really beautiful in the circle.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's very like samurai inspired.
Oh,
like
sure.
His hair thing is really like how they would like fold their hair up in the back. And they had like movement rituals and in and out kind of thing. Cut the hair.
The cutting of the braids is what they called it. So she loses her braids during the ceremony.
Yeah. Recently unbraided, they said.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was like,
dicey language all around.
Yeah.
But it was cool, and so they're celebrating Luthen and what's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
Skulden.
Mm-hmm. They present the gift, which is a guardian of Ga'Hoole.
Yeah,
I said we were out there. That's exactly what it looked like. But apparently it's like a big deal Chandrilan artifact, and there have only ever been 12. Or 12 or 15, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
small number.
This is basically the 9th one that has been returned to Chandrila. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool. Tay is drunk again.
Yep.
And making even less veiled comments to Mon about how much time he's spending with Skulden.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's so weird because like in the previous episode, he was very like, I don't want to say very, but his tone was definitely more focused.
Yeah.
It was very like, oh, we figured this stuff out, you know, wink, 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 you know, we'll talk about it. Now he was drunk and like, I don't know. It was like he was softer a little bit while he's drunk, but he was very like.
It was more pointed though.
Yes.
Because he brought up the Skulldun part to very specifically be like, we might be able to work. I might be able to work something out with him, making Mon more scared that he's going to out her.
Right.
Around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was like trying to. I guess no. I think you're right. No, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah. So Luthen has been floating and staring. Yeah.
The whole time he's been really on Tay's case.
He has also evidently called back in the big gun of Cinta.
Yeah.
Who drives Tay away from the wedding.
Yeah.
Early.
I don't think we'll be seeing him again.
I feel like we might watch him die.
No.
You don't think we're going to see him die?
No. No. If my suspicion is right, we're doing the time jump and he's finished.
Oh, he's just been dead for a year. Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, but I mean, he is pretty much dead because Vel sees Cinta and sees that she's taking Tay instead of his normal driver. And so she's sort of like, just like sitting in the corner. Sad little lesbian at the end.
It is funny. She was like that too in season 1. She almost like resents the fact that Vel like wants like normal parts of a relationship.
Oh, I was saying Vel was a sad little lesbian.
Me too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because Vel wants that, and Cinta is like, I got killing to do, son.
We're busy.
We got work to do.
Yeah.
The funniest part of the whole thing of the wedding ceremony to me was drunk Mon just
absolutely wearing the absolute shit out of that copper dress.
Yeah,
she took at least
taking shots,
4 shots, lost in the sauce of this DJ Roomba, DJ Air Roomba.
It was DJ Roomba.
She was just vibing, straight vibing.
Well, okay, so the thing is she was very physically vibing. Yeah. She was very face depressed.
Sure.
She was very like,
I think she sort of was like, if I can't vibe now, I'll never vibe again because I'm surely about to be murdered. So she just went for it.
I don't think she thinks she's going to be murdered. I just think that she sees the change in the air for her specifically.
Yeah. Really funny. So that's essentially the end of that part. And then my favorite part of this episode was
Dedra owning Sirill's mom.
Dedra and Sirill. The thing they were prepping for was Sirill's mom, Edie, has come to visit.
Just like a lunch.
Yeah, like some sort of meal together.
A fucking fondue.
It looked disgusting.
But more of like a fuck that dude.
Yeah, it looked really.
It looked bad.
It did not look good.
She was terrible too. She was like.
Well, she was terrible in season 1.
Well, yeah, like verbally terrible. Yeah. She seemed to me like she was kind of like a neat freak, like prim and proper kind of person, but she was just like dripping the fondue goop everywhere.
I think she was testing Dedra.
Okay.
That is not the right move because she will sever your head from your body. Like, she's a serious lady. So she looks incredible. She like her outfit and everything, and their houses or their apartment, I don't really know what you want to call it. It's nice. It's all, white and whatever. So they're having this meal. Sirill can't really like get a grip on her.
Well, the mom is doing exactly what you said.
The passive aggression.
She's very just henpecking him purposefully, it seems.
Yeah. And talking about how like his father just up and left, and then it was just the two of them, and then Uncle Harlow or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So and she implies that he only came back for
the cakes.
For the cakes, and he throws his little napkin down, and then
he goes and has an angry nap on the bed.
He's having a nap on the bed. It's so funny. Or I should do it this way, I guess. Like, ugh. It's so funny. He's such a bitch.
He is, but it's like that's I think why this relationship actually works for me, because I don't think she sees him as a bitch, and also they are aligned in what they both want to get Cassian.
Sure.
It's like both of their, you know, like directives or whatever. And so basically when he's having his angry nap, Dedra is like
on top of the covers.
Listen to me, you harpy. I will have him visit you and I will have him call you, but the longevity of that is entirely up to how you treat him. You are not going to be doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And
like this is adding stress to our lives.
Yeah.
And if you want to see him at all,
yeah,
you will stop adding that stress
Absolutely.
to our lives.
I loved it. I loved everything about it. The way she was like hammering into that little cake.
She was just
psycho.
It was very like, I'm sorry, Rachel, if you watch this, but like cut your steak before you eat it. Like cut your steak all up before you eat it. Cut your spaghetti kind of thing.
I thought she was trying to be deliberately irritating.
Yes, yeah. But she also was just like mashing the whole thing up so it was like easier to and Dedra was like kind of picking at hers a little bit more. Yeah.
So funny. It also turns out that he has been promoted twice. So that's exciting for him.
Well, we knew that already.
We knew he'd been promoted at least once, but yeah, he's been promoted twice. Yeah, I mean, good. I liked it.
Yeah. That was everything.
There wasn't really much more plot to that.
Nope.
To that whole conversation. Except for that the uncle was a criminal.
Yeah.
Dedra has access to his criminal files and like you stop bringing him up. And we found out that her parents were criminals, I assume rebels. And they were captured when she was 3. And she grew up in an imperial kinder house. Is that what you called it? Kinder something?
Yeah, because I thought it was going to say cinder, like cinder block house. But no, yeah, kinder. Maybe they make that with calcite.
Maybe. And so then Edie made a comment about her like lacking a mother's love or something. And I was like, again.
She said,
we had everything we needed.
Everything we needed. And then she said, except a mother's love.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. But she's also, the thing too is that like Dedra definitely outranks Sirill.
Oh,
and she's way more important.
Sirill does not have a rank.
But wasn't he an officer before?
He worked for the security bureau.
Oh, okay.
She's an imperial officer.
Okay. I just like
I think they like the Empire like use them as like private security.
Oh,
like private contractor.
Okay.
That's what I got out of it. And then because they were handling the security on Preox Morlana, that's where he was first.
Okay.
Where Cassian kills the guys in the first episode. And then because of that, the mishandling of that,
he got demoted.
The Empire takes over security for they're like, well, we'll handle this ourselves now.
Right.
That was a very like backgroundy kind of thing that was happening in season 1.
But yeah, I liked that background information about her too. I just can't imagine stepping to then an Imperial officer about like anything. Much less her dating my son.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny. It was a good scene.
Yeah.
For as confused as I am about Sirill's use in the story, I did like him in the. I mean, him is not the right term.
But it was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
I will say too.
I'm so much more interested in her.
Yeah, Dedra. Of course. I will say too that during the wedding, Perrin clocked that Mon was like spinning out,
sad dancing.
Yeah. He didn't say anything,
partying.
And they didn't have a conversation, but we did close it on his face watching her. So that was.
It wasn't like a.
Yeah.
You know, really crazy like zoom in, but he noticed.
Oh, they left B.
They did.
Oh, they left B with Talia. Oh, he's gonna be so sad. All he wants is Cassian.
I know.
Marva's dead. Just wants Cassian. Poor robot. You gotta stop anthropomorphizing these robots. Why? Because Bix said, if B finds out before you tell him, he's gonna panic. And I was like, why did you program panicking into this robot? How dare you?
I think they're just supposed to like gain a personality.
No, I know. Because R2D2 is a dick.
Well, and 3PO is very anxious.
Yeah. Just like, why did that was a perfectly good robot. Now he's got anxiety. Like, it's just so frustrating.
Is he perfectly good? I don't know how much use he has. He's such like a weird robot.
I think
he's just like a little blocky.
I think he's messed up.
Well, yeah, a little bit. He's like, I think he's old.
I think he's old, but I also think he was damaged at some point in like an unfixable way. Which is a little autistic robot. I like. He is.
A little robotism.
Hilarious. Oh boy, I mean that with love. I think he's really fun, and I love how much he loves Cassian.
He's my favorite. Yeah.
Now he's all alone with. Who cares about Talia?
I liked Talia.
She's fine, but Brasso's dead now too.
Yeah, I think we're done with all of them. I hope we see B again.
Yeah,
but probably not.
Ugh. Just had him for so long.
Yeah.
All right. Well, pour one out for B and pour one out for Brasso.
Well, B's alive. He'll be happy. He'll learn to be happy with.
What if he develops depression? What's he supposed to do without his people?
He'll take some robot Xanax.
Oh boy. All right. Well, that's it.
That is it.
We will be back next week. Like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.